Our next topic related to permission is UMask. UMask means user mask or user file creation mask. This use mask is used to set the default permission when you create a new file or a folder. The default UMask is 002 for normal user. I'm talking about 002 for normal user. So maximum permission for a file, as we know, is 666. Okay. And the unmasked value is for the root is 022. So it means the default permission will be 644. And maximum permission for directory folder is 777 maximum. And the UMask value is 022 as a root. Normal user has 002. So it means the effective permission will be 755. I will explain you this one. So it means with this mask, default directory permission will be 755. And we know what does that mean, 775. Read, write, execute, and then. And the default permission will be 664. Let me explain you these two first. So if I go back, okay, and let me go to sudo su. Now I am as a super user. So if I say umask and hit enter, so it says 022. Okay, 022. This is the default umask value for root. However, if I come out from here and umask as a normal user, which is Kali, so it's changed. It was 022, now it's 002. You can check by another way. Just type capital S. So it means user, when you create a file as a normal user, so the user permission will be read, write, execute. Group permission will be read, write, execute. And other will get read and execute, but no write. However, if I say sudo su as a super user and I say umask -s, so it's totally different from the normal user. They say user will get read, write, execute. Group will get only read and execute, and other will also get read and execute. There is a slight difference here. Read, write, execute, here is read, execute only. That's why the umask for the root user is more restricted, while normal user is more. Normal user the group can also get write permission. However, in the case of the root, write permission is not there in the group. So it's all about the new file and folder when it's created, which permission they will get as a new file and folder. And I explain you that when you minus them. So as a super user, I just show you it was 022. So maximum permission for a file can be 666. It means it will be 644. And similarly, as a maximum for directory will be 77, and it will be 755 for the folder. However, the default unmasked for the root user is 022. I just show you. It means directory permission will be 755 and the file permission will be 644, which we minus them. Okay, and you can minus 002 as well to get the permission for the normal user as well. I just show you here the root one. So now these two things are clear to you. It means the minimum and minimum and maximum umask value for a folder is 00277. We know this about. And for the file is 00266. This is for folder, this is for file. Because 66, because only script and binary should have execute permission. That's why the permission for file is 66 maximum. Because normal and regular file should have just read and write permission. We do need execute permission. Execute permission only require in the case of file if we have a script or binary file. Okay, so we understand these two things. Yeah, we already discussed the permission. Now coming to the directories, it require execution permission to view the content inside the directory. That's why we need more permission, 7 permission. And how we can find out the permission, the default permission? To minus them. So when we minus them, 66 minus 00, the UMask value, I show you the UMask is different for the normal user and also for the root user. Normal user, when we go here, so normal user has 002. However, root user has 022. You just need to minus them with the full permission. So file full permission is 66, so we will get the default 664. And the directory is 77, and when you minus them, you will get the default permission. Now let me explain you what does it mean, the default permission, and how I get this one. So let's go back. Okay, now I'm as a super user. Let me create a file, touch and test.txt, and let me ls-lh to see the permission. So this is my file. It's better to make them test.txt, so it will be only that one. You see, when I create a new file, they give them read write to the user, read only to the group, and read only to the other. This is the default permission. How they get them? By UMask. They say, by the way, you must say that it will be for folder, it will be execute. Sorry. Okay, let me create a folder as well. So mkdir and test folder, either fd. And let me see now the folder as well. fd, so it will be explained to you now. Sorry. And ls, here is. Okay, so fd, we have a directory, and I just need to check by fd. Why is not showing me? Let's look at like this. Okay, it's okay. Here is. So say read, write, and execute. Read, write, execute. Who say keep in mind I'm as a super user, and super user UMask say that user will get read, write, execute for a folder. So let's see, I create a new folder. So yes, read, write, execute get by user. Then read and execute will only get by group. Yes, so read and execute get by the group, and read execute by the other. And yes, I read execute and read execute. We know this one. Yeah, we discuss. This is UMask say. How this UMask is a value, we need to minus them, and it is 022. And a folder maximum permission is 77. So when you minus 77022, you will get the answer. And that is 7 full permission. Then minus 2 from 7. So you will get 5. And then 5, and we know 7 means read, write, execute. 5 means read and execute 1, and read means 4, so 5. And similarly for other. So this will be the default permission if you create any folder. And when I create a default folder, so I get this permission. Not only this, as many you created. Suppose let me create a new folder. Okay, fd1. Again, I will get the same thing. Even fd or fd1, every time you will get this permission because of this UMask value. That user will always get read, write, execute. Group will always get read, execute, and other will get also read and execute if you are running a super user. Yes, this is a super user. But if I come out from here and let me create a folder here, so you must say that read write execute, this sum has changed. So it means if I create a folder mkdir, okay, and fd3, and let me type ls and dash lh, and right now if you check the fd3 which I create as a normal user, so I get a different thing. Because of this, they say user will get read write execute, group will read write execute. Yes, so read write execute, read write execute. Previously I create these two folder as a super user, so they have a different permission and they have a different permission because of UMask. And UMask this time we have 002. So what you need to do with 777 minus 002, you will get your default permission. So it means 7 7 and then 5. 7 means read write execute for user, read write execute for group, and read write, because this one read and execute, sorry, read is 4 and execute is 1, so it become 5. So you must basically provide you the default permission whenever you create a file and folder, what you will get. Now if you want to put a restriction, maybe due to security, so you can change UMask. Every time you can change the permission. It means I need to change the permission for folder 3. It has more permission. It is very difficult to go to each and every new created folder to change the permission one by one. So the easy way is just change the UMask and put more restriction. Now how I can find? So the octal value is by UMask. And if you need the symbolic, so just S, so it will show you the symbolic one. We have two value right now, and you can minus them. Either you can check them, that user will get read write execute, group will get read write execute, other will get read execute. This is the default permission. Now if I want to change them, so you can do UMask, and here we have 002. I want to more restriction. Just type 022 like a super user, more restriction, and hit enter. Now if I check again, look it now. Previously group was read write execute. Now group will get read and execute only, and other will also get read and execute, because I changed the UMask for normal user. So whenever a normal user next time create any folder, so the default permission will be this. I put more restriction, and you can change them whatever you like. Even you can do it by another way. UMask, if you don't like the octal notation, you can do it by a symbolic way. Just type capital S, and after that say user will get read only, comma, group will get read only, and comma, other will get, other we say oh yeah, other will get nothing, and hit enter. This is another way to put more restriction. Now if I check, look at now, a more change. User previously get read write execute, group get read and execute, and other get read and execute. Now user will get read, group will get read, and other will get nothing. Let's create a folder to see. mkdir fd4 now, and hit enter, and let me say lh, and hit enter. Look at now, fd4 is totally different from the other fd. It say only read only to the user, read only to the group, and no permission to other. Because of UMask, I change them. Whenever somebody create as a normal user a new folder, so this will be the new permission for the default permission. So now we have more restriction, but this is just for this user. What if you want to change them for every user? So for that you need to go to cat, let me show you that directory, etc profile, and hit enter. Here you can change the change the default UMask for a new user. Also we have cat, And if I go to the home directory, yeah, that's the way. And here you can also change them. Okay, so you can change them here. That's it.